Choosing a business name is not easy. In today's video, I am going to talk to you about the business names to avoid. Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm the managing attorney here at Freedom Through Business, where we help entrepreneurs just like you start your businesses, grow your businesses while staying legally compliant. The purpose of these videos are to provide you with as much clarity and guidance in the beginning stages of starting a business. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. These videos are for educational purposes only, and so make sure you speak with a professional prior to doing anything. And so with that side note out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the 3 types of business names to avoid. Starting with the first business type name to avoid. An entrepreneur is going to want to avoid using and choosing a business name that is misleading. Now, what do I mean by misleading? A business name is misleading if it leads the public to believe that the businesses have some sort of association or relationship. The most common scenario we see this is with existing businesses, government agencies, and nonprofits. What typically happens is an entrepreneur will choose a business name that sounds like it's somehow related to either an existing business, a government agency, or a nonprofit. This can either be done intentionally or it can be done unintentionally. Maybe the entrepreneur did not know that the name was already in existence. No matter the case, an entrepreneur is going to want to avoid a misleading name because this can eventually lead to potential legal liability. The last thing an entrepreneur wants to deal with is a trade name lawsuit. So avoid using a name that's misleading. The best way to ensure that you are avoiding any sort of legal liability is to not use a business name that sounds like an existing business name, and do not use a business name that contains some sort of reference to a government agency. It can be a state agency, it can be a county agency, etc. In short, do not use a misleading name. This leads me to the second misleading type name that entrepreneurs are going to want to avoid, and that's going to be choosing a business name that's unfamiliar. When deciding on a business name, an entrepreneur has that creative freedom to mix and match words together. One great example of this is a business called Filings, owned by a gentleman named Christian Guzman. Filings is actually one word, but it combines 2 words, alpha and athlete. Alphalete. These are 2 words that are quite common, and so in this case, the merging of the words makes sense. It's familiar. But what is a scenario or a case where a business name may not sound so familiar? The best situation and best example I can give you is, say for example, a business out there wants to merge the 2 words medical and eminent. They want to call their business Medi-Eminent. As you can see here, Medi-Eminent is the merging of 2 words. Medical is a familiar term, however, eminent is not so much a familiar term, and so in this case, it may work or it may not work, but you always want to be on the safe side, choosing terms that are familiar sounding, that a customer or client can resonate and relate with. And the third business type name an entrepreneur is going to want to avoid is choosing a business name that's already taken. The best way to determine whether or not a business name is taken is by searching the Secretary of State website as well as the Federal Trade Name website. If you want to learn a little bit more about how to do this, it's a very simple process. It can all be done through Google search, and you can learn more about that process by watching this video here. In short, that is the third type of business name an entrepreneur is going to want to avoid, an already existing business name. Choosing a business name is always fun, but staying legally compliant is absolutely necessary. So if you happen to have any questions about anything that I talked about in today's video, make sure you leave a comment down below. We'll make sure to answer your question as soon as possible. If you happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. It's time to invest in yourself. It's time to rise.